What's happening, y'all? Showman Flex. We back at it again with another dope car video. You know how we get down. Let's get into it, man. Good looking dudes really don't have to try hard. Like good looking dudes, good looking men, they don't have to put forth a lot of effort like unattractive dudes do, or like Ron Wills like to say, select and non-select. If you're a select dude, you're a handsome dude, you really ain't got to put in that much work to get women, right? The rulings are different, y'all. Like, good looking dudes don't even have a concept of approaching. You know what I mean? But before we really get into it and dive in, make sure to click that subscribe button below so that way you know when I post new videos for y'all. Like I said, I'm gonna be consistent with y'all and for y'all moving forward, and I'm doing that. You know what I mean? I want to see us grow. I want to see us grow together and develop together. You know what I mean? As we on this journey together, right? Make sure to click that subscribe button below, and shout out to all the new subscribers that have just joined this channel. We're gonna keep growing. Shout out to all the old recurring ones that have been here since day one. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Let's get into it, man. Good looking dudes, they don't have to try, right? They don't really have a concept a lot of times of approaching women like that too, right? Like that's why if you ask them for advice, chances are they're not really going to like probably have much advice for you when it comes to getting women, right? In fact, they have it easier, right? I would even say like they have it so much easier to where, well, it to a degree, right? Because all the women on the internet that complain about, they want dudes to approach them, and why aren't all the dudes, why aren't men approaching them anymore? What they really mean by that is, why aren't the good looking dudes approaching them? They want good looking dudes to approach them, or dudes that they deem as attractive or that they deem as good looking to them. They want those guys to approach, right? Even the women that say, even the women that say, ew, I don't want dudes to approach me. Stop approaching me. Men, stop approaching us. Because you got both sides on the internet. Women saying they want dudes to approach, and why don't dudes approach? And then you got another group of women saying, stop approaching them, right? But all in all, both of these groups of women have one thing in common. They want the handsome dude to approach. The women that say, I don't want a dude to approach, no, they want dudes to approach. They just want men that are handsome and attractive to approach. Right. And why am I saying all this? I'm saying this because good looking men, they are in a different category. Women want them to approach. Right. Women want them to approach. Women don't want unattractive dudes to approach. Right. So because of that, good looking men have it easier if they so chose, if they wanted to. Right. If good looking men, because a lot of good looking men honestly are shy. A lot of good looking men are very shy. They keep to themselves, they very, like they respectable. They're very respectful to it, and for the most part, to a degree. So they kind of like, they shy as fuck. So, they get choosing signals. And if you around your homies and they the good looking one out of the group, right, you probably will see women gawking at them and staring them down, but you looking at the girl, but the girl looking at your homie. And you just like, damn, bro, you ain't gonna go over and talk to shorty? Like, she eyeing you, bro. Like, she looking at you, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And he probably gonna be like, oh, for real? He either gonna say this, oh, for real? I ain't even noticed. Or he gonna be like, you sure? Or he gonna be like, nah, you good, you can have her. It's either gonna be one of those three. Like, that's how easy, like, good looking dudes, they don't really have a concept. They don't have to approach. Women will approach them. Another thing, women will approach them. Women will do things that could borderline be kind of harassment to a good looking dude. And the homeboy that's not as good looking is pretty much invisible. It's pretty much I hate to say it like this because women really, they show their true colors with a dude that they find attractive. Women show their true colors. Like, bruh, it's just funny to me. It's just really funny to me. Like, how women really show their true colors when they see a really attractive dude or a dude that they deem as very attractive, right? So you kind of got to look at women's body language. You got to look at how they react, how they respond to certain things. Women will say one thing, but they'll do a totally different thing, right? They will say one thing and they will do something completely different. And yeah, like a lot of, and even honestly, it don't just stop there, you know, like when it comes to attractive men, it doesn't just stop there. It also is where attractive men can also be mean. They can be rude. They can leave a girl on red and for like a day or two or three. And but when they decide to text that girl back, that girl gonna text him back fast, quick. Like, handsome men can kind of do no wrong. A dude that's good looking can kind of, or that's deemed as good looking, he got a nice body, whatever, he can do pretty much no wrong, right? And the woman gonna keep putting up with that shit. He can be a bad boy, he can be a player, and the woman gonna basically put up with the shit, like, but a dude is not as attractive, he can't, unfortunately, he gotta play everything right. He gotta cross, you gotta dot, he gotta, what they say, cross every T, dot every I. He gotta do that shit. Like, he has to do everything right. Be there, be at the beck and call. You know what I mean? Because if he not, you know what I'm saying? But so yeah, good looking dudes can get away with shit. A woman will, put up with his baby mama or mamas. A woman may even pay for his bills. A woman may even let him drive the car, let him drive a whip. Like, they good looking men or that get women a lot, they kind of know this a lot of times. And they know that they can kind of do shit. It's kind of like the same with, pretty privilege for a woman. A woman who has pretty privilege can get away with more shit, right? Like, they can, women, pretty privilege, they can just, even though the concept a little different, because the concept with pretty privilege is more like, it's kind of more like women that are pretty, they get drinks paid for, they get tabs paid for, expensive trip, people pay for their expensive trips, or men trick on them and pay for their expensive trips. So that's a little different, but it's kind of similar in the sense that handsome privilege, and I've talked about this in my other videos, handsome privilege is handsome privilege is when you can just like get away with being a shitty dude. I'm sorry it took me so long to get to the point, but I was trying to think of the concept, a direct concept, correlation. Handsome privilege means that you can get away with being a shitty dude. You can be an asshole. You can be a jerk, a douche, whatever word you want to use. Even have like 4 or 5 different baby mamas. I don't suggest that, but we see that be happening a lot of time, y'all. That's why the whole Pookie Ray Ray thing is a thing, or the Tyrone is a thing, because that's a concept and people use that, and dudes be like, yeah, women let this dude get away with this and that. But at that point, it's like, well, don't put up with women that like dudes like that. You know what I mean? Just deal with women that like you, and don't deal with dudes like that, right? But if you're a good looking dude, you can get away with shit. It's kind of similar to the halo effect, but kind of, because it's like you can do no wrong, right? Like it's that type of concept. And again, this is why it also correlates to, good looking men. They can cut the line. They got priority. They can cut the line. They don't have to stand in line like unattractive dudes or dudes, like it's just, it's a different reality. It's a different world. It's a different concept. You don't have to jump through as many hoops. You probably don't even have to like spend as much money on women. Women may let you, get away with, going 50-50. Like if you're a good looking dude, you ain't gotta pay as much money. You can get away with doing 50-50. Women gonna let you get away with doing 50-50. Women gonna probably even pay their bill, when you take them out for dinner, and still gonna give you the kitty cat. Still gonna give you that shit, cooch. Right? Like, you can skip in line. You don't have to stand in line forever. You got the express pass. If you're a good looking dude, you got the express pass. That 90-day rule shit don't apply. It just don't. It don't. It fucking don't, man. So, you got to look at it from that standpoint and that vantage point. And it's a concept that a lot of men don't want to admit. But hey, I don't make the rules, man. This is one of them videos where I'm shooting the shit to you, but I'm letting it be known to you in this way because, sorry, I'm the camera probably moving a lot because I gotta get another tripod thing for the car. But I kind of like this. I kind of like this better, holding the phone like this better. Let me know if y'all like this shit. I like it better like this. But anyways, it just seemed more real, authentic. But it's a different world, man. Like, good-looking men have a different reality. I don't make the rules. There's one of them videos that we just shooting shit, and I'm telling it to you raw and uncut. Now, the advice that I have moving forward is to deal with women, like I've always said, that show you high interest. Will that maybe take more time? Sure. But in the meantime, until that happens for you, continue to self-improve and work on yourself, and continue to work on the things that you can control, the things that you can improve in, the things that you can control and that you can improve in. I know it took me a long time to get to that point, but I had to get y'all to understand that regardless of what anything else going on, what other dudes are doing, what they get away with, you not them, they not you. They got a different reality, you got a different reality. You can only focus on your life and make the improvements that you can make and that you can adjust and that you can control in and for your life. That's what matters the most. You so busy when you focus on other shit and other men and what they can do and complaining. That's when you start complaining about stuff. You start to play the victim and be the victim, play the victim mindset. We ain't got time for that shit over here. Instead of complaining about women, you let them do what they do. Go for the dudes that they want. Focus on what you can control and find your tribe. Find the type of women or woman that likes you for you. The improvements that you make in your body, your face routine, your skincare routine, teeth, all that. You focus on that. Because once you do that, women gonna start coming to you. The women that are into you. The woman that is into you. Right. Hey, I hope this helped. I hope this video helps. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. You know what I mean? Don't forget to click that subscribe button below so that way you know when I post content and videos for y'all. We're going to continue to grow and develop on this channel. That's what I'm about. It's your man Flex, and I'm out. Peace.